Hi there. My name is Juji. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited for you to be here. This is a space for anyone and everyone who's interested in exploring self-development and relationships through the human design system. So I've had multiple requests for this next couple, and I'm really excited to do them because I am originally from Chicago, and Barack Obama was somebody who I saw speak at where else? My brother's high school graduation. So I remember sitting there watching this incredible man give this incredible speech. He was just elected to the Senate at that time. And my mom kind of nudged me and she said, he's going to be president someday. And I didn't really know what to make of it, but she was right, as always. Mother knows best. And it was one of those moments that I just will never forget. So watching Barack and Michelle's relationship unfold on this public stage, and then even after he was president, how much they've been in the public eye, they just seem so into each other and they're just so aligned on so many different things. So I wanted to look under the hood. Let's get started. All right, so this is Barack Obama. He's a projector. He is emotional authority, single definition. He's a 6'2" profile on the left angle cross of refinement. And the reason why I think this cross is significant is because Michelle is a very refined, very elegant woman. She has been their whole relationship. If you look at pictures of the two of them, she's always very well put together, really beautiful, just very poised. And I believe this was one of the reasons why he was attracted to her. What sticks out, obviously, is that we have a projector as this guide for our country for 8 years. Projectors are here to guide. And he was an incredible orator. People really recognized him as somebody who could lead. And I imagine that the recognition that he got from that felt really, really good. And he only has one channel, the channel of recognition. So just think about how aligned it is that he was our president. Now let's take a look at Michelle. She's a projector as well. She's also emotional authority. She is, however, split definition and also a 6'2" profile on the left angle cross of obscuration. And right off the bat, I want to point out that being type for type is ideal when it comes to relationships. Having the same profile is very much in harmony with one another. They have a very similar process. Being the same emotional authority, meaning they both have a wave that they need to wait out in order to have clarity. You cannot ask for a better match. These two knew, as political animals, that they had to present a united front. But I'm looking at these charts and saying, it's not a front. They really were just that united. I'm just going to flash back real quick to Obama's chart and look at something. They even have the same variable. That's crazy. There's 16 variations of the way the variable arrows can go, which is all about how they take in information and how they view the world, and they're the same. These two people are really, really well matched. So here's Michelle again. I want to point out something very specific. This is what really sets these two apart. Michelle has the 4426, this channel of surrender, and this gives her not only splenic definition, so she has a very intuitive way of moving through the world, but she also has ego definition, which is willpower. And this is all about consistency. She's the woman behind the man in this case. I'm sure that Obama really used this willpower to his advantage, and it really helped propel him into office. All right, here they are together. This is 9-0, nowhere to go. This is a very, very insulated relationship. And look at this emotional center. It is so hooked up with this adrenal power. And they have 6 electromagnetic connections together. Whew, that is a lot of chemistry. They are intellectually connected. They are connected through their identity and their expression. They're connected through their direction and through this mutative pulse energy that is coursing through them. So together, this is a very powerful chart. And this is what really ultimately made them a power couple. I do want to break down the individual electromagnetic connections that they have because it's just so on point. It's scary. So together they have the channel of abstraction. And this is all about coming to clarity over time. People who have this channel, we say they have an emotional mind. So not only do they have to wait out their process with this emotional wave that they have, they're also here to wait out their intellectual process. And again, this is a connection that they share together. So I'm sure that between the two of them, there's always some interesting conversation going on. I talked in my last video with Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton about having an open G center. Both Barack and Michelle have an open G center, but they have a G center connection together. So even though both of them may feel lost, when they're together, they feel found. And I think that was probably a really big part of their connection. I do remember they met in college where they were one of very few Black students. I remember Michelle talking about this in her Netflix documentary. She said they didn't want to get together at first because it was too obvious, but this connection is undeniable. And I don't think it took long before he finally asked her out. Together, they have the 1333, which is the channel of the prodigal, a design of a witness. And this is really about being able to witness something and then express it through the throat center. And a lot of politicians that I've seen charts for have a really hooked up throat center. Now, neither one of them has throat definition independently, but Barack always had Michelle by his side, giving him that throat. They also have the 5720 connection to the throat, which is all about intuitively expressing in the moment your observation. This is probably part of why he felt like she was such a pivotal part of him being this public figure. And that gave her the recognition that she needed as a projector to be able to say, yes, I will be a part of this partnership, even though I'm this very strong, very independent female. I do see why the two of us are better than the sum of our parts. The next channel is the 214, the channel of the beat, which is all about a material direction. So these two have created a fortune that reaches far beyond his political acumen. They've written books, they've created foundations, there's a museum being erected in Chicago. So both of them are making sure that their legacy is being honored because they both have Gate 1 hanging. And that is all about what is our contribution to this world and how can we make sure that there's a lasting legacy in place. So it's perfect. They also have channel 360 together, which is all about this mutative pulse energy. And what could be more mutative? What could be more of a role model role, which they both are, than to have a Black couple in the White House? That changed history forever. It did. And it changed our perception of what's possible. So I really believe that it took the two of them to make that happen. And finally, they have the channel 1949 together, which is all about the sensitivity of the needs of the tribe. And it's just so perfect that they created so many different initiatives in office together. And I just want to read you Michelle's 49 line 4. The description for this gate reads, a political and social agenda embodied in guarantees to human rights that ensures a just and valued replacement of the old order, a potential sensitivity to the needs of society. I mean, couldn't have put it better myself. That could literally be a headline for Michelle Obama's life. And I think that she's smart. She knew that it was a tall order to have a person of color be elected to office. And the world may not have been ready for a Black female president, but she knew that Barack had what it took. And so she stood behind him and gave him all of the ammunition and all of the energy that he needed in order to make that happen. And together they changed history forever. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to get notified every time I drop one of these videos. Please comment below if you have any questions or if you want to nominate another famous couple for me to do an analysis on. You can also follow me on Instagram at HDbyZ, and my website will be in the show notes. There you'll see that I offer individual human design readings, a relationship mentorship. I actually just launched a new blog if you want to check that out. And I host a community for conscious women who are practicing strategy and authority in their everyday lives called The Beehive. Until next time, ciao for now.